Since I can remember, we've been coming down here, having parties, shining for beer. It used to be just me and the boys. Now we're older and the girls come along. We sit by a fire, drink up the Hank, 'cause everybody knows every song. And it's that time of year, the wind's getting cold, the tan lines fade away and the bonfires start to glow. In this little town there's nowhere to go but at the end of this old dirt road. Here comes Sunday morning. Well, this is where I'm going to call it a stop. I'm going to have to hike the rest of the way in because I'm out here miles away from everybody, and if I get stuck in the middle of that, it won't be pretty. Then I have to call somebody to come all the way out here, pull me out. Not that I doubt the Toyota there, but I'm not taking any chances. I don't know how deep that hole is, and it looks pretty soupy. I bet you old Stroley Nolan or Walt Aarons would love to have that sign in their man cave. Well, this is a little disappointing. I saw this place about a month ago. Thought I'd come back to explore it. This is very disappointing. That's what's left of it. Man. I really wanted to take some pictures of this old farmhouse. This was an old farmhouse sitting back here. Not anymore. Yeah, when I saw this place about a month ago, there were so many bushes just growing up in front of it. I knew it was going to be a really neat place to explore. The house had been abandoned for years. I asked some folks that lived nearby, and they said they couldn't remember the last time someone lived back here. So now let's just kind of pick through here. I mean, see what we can find. And as you can see by this old freezer here and an old refrigerator over there, that, I mean, someone lived here. We know they had electricity. Wonder what's in that old freezer. Whew, what was that? Just heard something moving. Ooh, I'm scared. I'm scared to look in there. It'll open. Oh my goodness. Huh. That's the insulation. They insulated the top of that freezer. That's as far as I'm going with that. What else we got? You see a lot of this chimneys in the middle of the woods around here. They burn these old fat ladder houses down. All that's left, the chimney. Chimney. Chimney, chimney. Chimney, chim. Oh well. Thought we'd be finding some good stuff. Looking at some neat stuff. What we got's an old burned down house. Little child shoe. Old bed frame. Yeah, so more than likely this would have been an old sharecropper's house, farm hand. They'd live back here and help farm.
This would probably be part of their payment. You get to live in this house, help me farm, and you get a small wage, a percentage of the crops that that we harvest that year. Not anymore. Wish I'd have got here sooner. And it appears what was going on is that there are a bunch of planted pines all around this area, and they were burning the underbrush off for those pines, and the fire jumped. Although I doubt it, they probably just burned it to the ground so they could clear this out and plant more pines. Bunch of old mason jars, some green, kind of green glass there. Oh, those, yeah, old mason jar. What is that? Whoa, look at that right there. Huh. That's cool. Cast iron skillet. Tough as nails, because that's all that's left out here. Bunch of nails and rusty metal. More rusty metal. How about that? How about that? I guess I'll take that thing home and clean it up, see if we can use it. All right, upon further review, once I got this skillet to the house, I think this may have been under that old shack when it burned to the ground. It is covered in ash, but it's also covered in dirt, rusty dirt. I think it was laying under the house. Anyway, we're going to clean this thing up and see what we got. All right, so I'm through with that wire brush. Now I'm going to try this number 60 grit sandpaper. This is just stuff that I had already. A thicker grit might work better, but this is all I got, so I'll make use of it. Okay, it's cleaning up pretty good. I mean, there is some damage. Like there's a nice pit, if you want to call it nice. It's a big pit in that pan where I guess it was probably just a big piece of rust fell out of there. But you can also start reading that there's a number 8 on that handle, which means this is a number 8 frying pan. That doesn't always mean the surface, the cooking surface, but in this case I believe that is about an 8-inch surface. It mostly means that will fit on a stove with a number 8 cooking slot. You can see it has what they call a heat ring. So this frying pan skillet would slip into, you know, an old cast iron stove just like this. You watch, I'll show you right here. I've got one that this actually fits. Got pretty lucky with that. And an A, 8, number 8A. But it's cleaning up pretty good. There you go, locks into place. Sits in there so you can cook. You won't move around, slide around with you a whole lot, just kind of locks in. Plus, it was designed to help circumvent the heat. Yeah, you caught me. This skillet is severely damaged, so I had to break out the big guns to get that clean. If this was just some kind of minor surface rust, you could easily clean it with the sandpaper. But all right, so as you can see there, I got it fairly clean. Got most of that rust off of it. I'm not so much worried about this bottom part because I'm gonna be cooking with it outside for the most part. But it cleaned up pretty good. It's pitted, but it'll serve its purpose, no doubt. Next step is to dry it, and then I'm going to work on seasoning it. This will not be a perfect restoration by no means. Be good enough to use, though. You'll be able to use it at least. Okay, to start the seasoning process, we need to get it completely dry. So I got this old electric smoker. I put it in there, and I'm just going to let it bake a little bit until it's completely dry. All right, to season it, like I said, this is not the best restoration job I'm doing on this skillet, but it'll be good enough for old redneck boy like me. Cover it in, I covered this in peanut oil. If you've got an oil, a cooking oil that will not burn or takes a lot to make it burn at high temperatures, not vegetable oil that will burn at a low temperature. So peanut oil, pecan oil, and smear it, put it in the oven, 350, 400 degrees, and bake it. Bake that seasoning on there for a couple hours. It's going to smoke up your house. That's why I'm putting mine in this outside smoker. So by seasoning that skillet like that, what that's supposed to do is create a non-stick surface. I'm not sure that's going to be achievable on that skillet. It was pretty damaged. So, but putting in the oven or in that electric smoker like I did is one way to season your skillet. I'm going to show you another way, and the way that I prefer, how I do it. There you go, just like that. It's a good way to season it. Throw you some fat back and some sausage and bacon in there. Season it up just right. Big old piece of fat back. You know what's amazing to me is that skillet probably hasn't been touched in 30 years. We know 20-something years because the folks down the road said ain't nobody lived there since they've been there. So 30 plus years, 40 years, 50 years hasn't been touched, and I bring it home, clean it up, and cooking some sausage on it. Throw some fat back on there to help season the pan, grease it up real good, but start cooking on those old cast iron skillets. That'll keep them in good shape. That'll keep them to where you won't have to go sanding on them the next time you want to use it. Hey, y'all, don't go anywhere, because when we come back, I'm going to be giving Uncle Jesse a lesson in cooking. Yes, I said it. He might be an expert at duck meat, him and Uncle Jimmy, but I got this next one.